Okay, so in a world that's just, absolutely overflowing with information, it feels like every day there's some new skill we should master. Don't you ever just wish there was like a shortcut?
Oh, I have
A
it.
way to absorb things, understand them, really get them faster, better, without getting totally
It's
lost.
such a common feeling, isn't it? That desire for truly personalized learning, something made just for you, so you're never left behind, but also, never held back either.
Exactly. And that's precisely what we're diving into today, this whole fascinating, kind of fast-moving world of AI tutors and adaptive learning systems.
Right.
Our mission here really is to unpack what these things are, separate the actual proven benefits from, well, some of the hype you hear.
Yeah, there's always hype.
We'll look at some real-world examples and maybe most importantly, talk about how you can navigate this tech for your own learning. Think of it like finally getting that perfect custom-fit shoe for your foot. Learning designed for you.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning then. What exactly are these AI tutors? How do they work?
Yeah, under the hood.
Well, at their core, they're what we call intelligent tutoring systems. They use these pretty sophisticated AI algorithms, and they learn from huge amounts of student data.
Millions of interactions, right?
Millions, yeah. And they use that to create learning paths unique to each person. They're constantly adjusting the content, the pace, even the feedback, all in real time, based on how you're doing.
That sounds incredibly smart, but how do they even start? How do they figure out what I know or maybe what I don't know yet? Is it just some generic quiz?
That's a really good question. And that's where the intelligence, really starts. They usually kick things off with diagnostic tests.
Okay, like an entry quiz.
Sort of, yeah. To figure out your starting point, where the gaps might be. Then they build things up step by step, breaking subjects down into these really small, granular bits, knowledge points, they often call them.
So not just teaching fractions.
Exactly. It's more like adding fractions with common denominators as one point, or comparing fractions visually as another. Super specific.
Got it. So it's not just adaptive in some vague way. It really adapts like a GPS recalculating if you miss a turn.
Precisely. If you hit traffic, it finds another route. This AI tutor does that for your learning path, dynamically changing things up.
Okay.
And the technical term, if you want it, is Intelligent Tutoring System, or IS.
IS, right.
It's basically software designed to kind of simulate a one-on-one human tutor. And it usually relies on three core models working together. There's a learner model that tracks your skills, maybe even how you like to learn.
Okay.
Then the domain model, that's just the subject matter itself. Math, history, coding, whatever.
The content.
The content, yeah. And finally, the pedagogical model. That's like the brain deciding what to teach you next and, crucially, how to teach it effectively for you.
And this flows pretty smoothly in practice, I imagine. You start with that diagnostic.
Right, the compass.
Then the content gets sliced into those tiny digestible knowledge points, like 4 fractions, not just fractions, but identifying equivalent ones or finding common denominators. Exactly.
Little skills.
And from there, it's really step by step. You get lessons, exercises tailored right to where you are. If you're struggling,
Yeah, it doesn't just push ahead.
it stops.
It might review the concept, or maybe try explaining it a different way. Maybe a video pops up, or a specific hint, or just another example. But if you get it right,
Moves you on.
moves you forward, yeah. And the feedback is instant. Real-time correction, explanations, encouragement, right when you need it.
I can really picture that. Say a 10-year-old learning fractions.
Yeah.
The AI gives the quiz, figures out, okay, they get identification, but comparing fractions, that's tricky.
Huh?
So it shifts. Shows pie charts, maybe gives a hint like try finding a common denominator, gives different kinds of practice. And when the kid finally gets it,
Instant positive feedback.
right? And then smoothly on to the next little skill. But if they're stuck, it slows down, maybe re-explains differently. It's amazing how unique each student's path can really become.
And where does it get all this smarts from? It's not magic.
No. Laugh slightly.
No, it's trained on just massive amounts of data. Like you said, millions of student interactions from platforms like Khan Academy or maybe Squirrel AI. It learns patterns.
What works, what doesn't.
Exactly. Which hints actually help. Where do students usually get stuck? Which explanations click?
Yeah.
And it's all constantly being refined by machine learning algorithms. The system just keeps getting smarter.
Okay, we've painted a pretty compelling picture so far. Almost sounds too good to be true sometimes.
Well,
But like with any big tech leap, there's usually another side, right? The part where maybe the promises get a little ahead of the reality. So let's try and separate what's real and proven from what might still be, more hype.
that's fair. And I think one of the clearest, most proven benefits is definitely the personalization.
Right.
Traditional classrooms, they often have that one-size-fits-all problem. It's like giving everyone the same size shoe.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work well.
Yeah.
AI tutors change that. They offer that custom-fit learning.
And this isn't just a nice idea. There's solid research backing this up. I remember seeing that 2025 study in Nature Scientific Reports. Pretty rigorous stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was a big one.
It found students using a well-designed AI tutor learned way more in less time compared to like normal active classroom teaching.
Yeah, significantly less time.
Yeah, like learning this same amount in half the time. Plus, they scored better later on, felt more motivated, more engaged. That's a huge jump in efficiency.
And it's not just that one study. There was a big meta-review, looked at 37 different studies on these adaptive systems.
Okay.
And something like 86% of them reported positive effects, better test scores, better retention, more confidence, moving faster through the material. It's pretty consistent.
So what's the secret? Why do they work so well? It's not just more data, is it?
No, I think it's about fundamentally changing the feedback loop and the challenge level.
Okay.
Think about it. The AI knows exactly what help you need right now. Not too hard, so you get overwhelmed, but not too easy, so you get bored.
The Goldilocks zone.
Kind of, yeah. And that immediate feedback is crucial. You're not waiting days to find out you misunderstood something fundamental back on page 1.
Right, that closes the loop instantly.
Instantly. And it constantly adjusts so you don't get bored or stuck. It can repeat things in different ways until it clicks. And, unlike a human teacher juggling 30 kids,
It focuses entirely on you.
entirely on you.
And there's an emotional side to that too, isn't there? I saw some student reactions mentioned.
Oh, absolutely. Students often say things like, I felt less embarrassed asking for help, or it's like having a tutor that actually gets me.
Yeah.
Or even just, I can learn at my own pace without feeling pressured. That comfort, that reduction in anxiety, it can be huge for confidence.
Okay, those benefits are really compelling. But let's be real, the road's never perfectly smooth. We've seen this kind of hype cycle before with educational tech, haven't we?
Oh, definitely. Remember smart boards, iPads in every classroom, even MOOCs, the massive open online courses.
Yeah, they were going to change everything.
Huge promises. But the results were often mixed. Not because the tech itself was bad, necessarily.
But because the schools didn't change.
Exactly. They didn't fundamentally change how they taught or how they assessed learning. That's the key disconnect.
Right. So AI offers this amazing personalization, flexibility, but most schools are still stuck with standardized tests, rigid curricula, kids grouped by age.
Right. Think about it. An AI tutor helps a kid master algebra in, say, 3 months. Incredible progress.
Amazing.
But if the school system only cares about the final exam scheduled for June, the potential is just blocked by these old structures.
Which brings us to this really interesting, maybe provocative view from the economist Tyler Cowen.
Ah, yes.
He basically argues that AI isn't just going to improve schools, it's going to reveal how broken they already are.
It's a strong take,
Yeah.
but there's something to it. His point is, the current model, homework, memorization, standardized tests, it looks pretty outdated when an AI like ChatGPT can do those mechanical tasks so well.
So easily, yeah.
So his suggestion isn't just tweaking things. He's talking about a radical shift towards focusing on critical thinking, mentorship, real-world problems, human creativity.
The stuff AI can't easily replicate.
Exactly. Let AI handle the basics, the rote stuff, freeing up humans for the truly human stuff, collaboration, complex reasoning, ethics.
So the real worry here isn't that AI tutors won't work. It's more that schools and systems might just, bolt them on as a fancy gadget.
Yeah. Or expect miracles overnight without investing in teacher training, policy changes, new goals.
Or just automate the old ways, like grading faster, instead of actually rethinking learning itself.
That's the risk, using powerful new tools to just reinforce outdated practices.
Okay, let's make this more concrete. Can you give us some examples of AI tutors and tools that are actually out there being used right now?
Sure. On the big platform side, there's Khanmigo from Khan Academy in the U.S.
Built on GPT-4, right?
Yeah, the advanced model. It acts like a tutor, but it guides students, tries to get them to discover answers, not just give them away. And it's also an assistant for teachers, helps with lesson plans, feedback, analyzing student data.
Cool. What else?
Then you've got Squirrel AI Learning in China. This thing is massive. It breaks subjects into literally thousands of tiny knowledge points.
Wow.
It diagnoses where students are struggling and builds these super personalized lesson plans. They're using it with millions of students in over 1,200 cities. It's personalization at a huge scale.
Incredible scale.
And for quick math help, there's QANDA or Mathpresso. It's a mobile app popular globally.
Yeah.
Students just scan a math problem.
With their phone.
Yeah, and the AI gives step-by-step solutions. It's like having an instant math helper in your pocket.
That's handy. Are there smaller scale examples too?
Definitely. We're seeing cool innovation in smaller setups, like microschools. There's one called Alpha School in the U.S.
What do they do?
Well, students use AI tutors for their core academic work, self-paced, in the morning. Then, the afternoons are free for more community-based projects, collaborative stuff.
Interesting blend.
Yeah, they even have mixed age groups, older kids mentoring younger ones. It's a nice mix of AI precision and that crucial human connection.
And what about stuff that's still more experimental, on the cutting edge?
Oh, there's some wild stuff being researched, like NeuroChat. It's an experimental AI tutor using EEG sensors.
Brainwaves, seriously?
Yeah, to detect if the student's engagement is dropping off. If you start zoning out, the AI tries different tactics, changes the format, rephrases things.
Does it work?
Well, they've shown it can improve engagement, but whether that translates to better learning outcomes yet, that's still being studied. But it's a step towards maybe emotionally aware AI.
Fascinating. Anything else?
There's also Iris for programming students.
Yeah.
It integrates right into their coding environment. It gives contextual hints, but importantly, it doesn't just give the answer away.
So it nudges them.
Exactly. Encourages them to debug and figure things out themselves, promoting that independent problem solving.
Okay, so we've seen the potential, the research, the real-world tools. Let's quickly recap the big benefits before we hit the challenges.
Sure. Big one. Personalization at scale. Every student gets a path tailored for them.
Right. No more one-size-fits-all.
Then, instant feedback. That immediate correction and guidance is huge for learning.
Closes that loop fast.
It also frees up teachers. Less time on grading basic stuff, more time for mentorship, deeper discussions, motivation.
That's a big win for teachers.
And finally, inclusivity and accessibility. These tools can be amazing for diverse learners, special needs, language support, different learning styles, text-to-speech, speech-to-text.
It really helps level the playing field.
It really can. Democratizes access to quality, personalized help.
Okay, but now for the other side. The challenges, the risks. We have to talk about those too.
Absolutely essential. And a major one is data privacy and equity.
Right. These systems need tons of data.
They thrive on data, which immediately brings up concerns about how that data is used, protected. Could it be misused, stolen?
And the equity piece.
Well, many of the best AI tutors right now are subscription-based, paid tools. That creates a risk of a digital divide, where kids in wealthier areas get this advantage and others are left behind.
So we need strong policies.
Definitely. Policies focused on equity, access for all, and really robust data security have to be front and center.
What else? Academic integrity must be a headache for schools.
Oh, it's a huge one. The fear that students will just use AI like ChatGPT to write their essays or solve problems without actually understanding anything.
Just get the answer.
Yeah. So schools really need to rethink assessment. Maybe more oral exams, project-based work where you have to explain your process, or even AI transparency policies students have to show how they used AI.
Makes sense. Measure the thinking, not just the output.
Exactly. And the last big challenge is just pedagogical accuracy and bias.
The AI isn't perfect.
It's not perfect. It can give wrong answers sometimes. It might misunderstand complex context. And it can reflect biases that were present in the data it was trained on.
That's worrying.
It means we need rigorous testing of these tools, constant oversight from educators, and critically, we need to teach students critical thinking skills so they don't just blindly trust whatever the machine tells them.
Okay, so given all that, the power and the pitfalls, how should schools, teachers, and maybe most importantly you listening, how should we approach AI tutoring?
Right. For schools and teachers, I think a huge first step is AI literacy training.
For the teachers.
Yeah. Often, the students know more about these tools than the teachers do. So bridging that gap is vital. Teachers need to understand how AI works, its limits, when to trust it, how to guide students effectively. There are frameworks from places like OECD, UNESCO, code.org that can help.
And maybe don't try to do everything at once.
Definitely adopt gradually. Start small. Use AI for specific things first, maybe diagnostics, help with lesson planning, low-stakes quizzes, pilot things, see what works, train staff properly.
And clear rules.
Absolutely critical. Clear ethical policies on data protection, on when and how AI can be used for assignments, who's accountable if there's an error. The U.S. Department of Education actually has guidance on this responsible deployment with guardrails.
Okay, and what about for us as individual learners? How should we use these tools?
The key is to use AI as a companion, a partner, not just an answer engine.
Like a study buddy.
Exactly, your most patient, knowledgeable study buddy. Ask probing questions. Ask for hints, not just solutions. Engage in a dialogue about the learning. It's the difference between saying, do my homework, and can you show me how to approach this kind of problem?
One shuts down learning, the other deepens it.
Precisely. And take ownership. Use the tools these platforms offer, the diagnostic tests, the progress dashboards, the goal-setting features. Track how you're doing. See your growth.
Shift that mindset.
Yeah, shift from just, what's the answer, to, okay, how am I actually growing? How am I mastering this concept?
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. The core takeaway seems to be, AI tutors are here, they're working, they're delivering real results, faster learning, deeper understanding, more motivation, personalization, teacher support.
Right. The potential is definitely real and already being realized in many ways.
But the tools themselves aren't magic bullets. They need a whole support system around them to really work well.
That's the crucial point. That support system needs, well, a few key things. Strong pedagogical design, making sure the AI actually aligns with how people learn best.
Good teaching principles.
Exactly. It needs trained educators who know how to use these tools effectively. It needs those ethical safeguards we talked about, protecting data, ensuring equity.
Can't forget those.
And, maybe the biggest shift, we need new ways to assess learning, moving beyond just memorization towards evaluating critical thinking, project work, reflection.
So ultimately, it sounds like the real power isn't AI replacing humans, but augmenting them.
That's exactly it. Human plus AI, not human versus AI.
Right.
When schools, teachers, and learners develop that AI literacy, when we use these tools thoughtfully as assistants, the outcome isn't just faster learning. It's deeper, it's more personal, it's genuinely more empowered learning.
Which really leaves us with a big question to think about, doesn't it? In this new age, with these powerful tools emerging, what fundamentally is school even for?